Let's see what Shoe0nHead has going on.
Men. What do they want? Money? Status? Fast, expensive cars? What is the ultimate male fantasy? Is it fame? Fortune? 3 hot chicks at once? Hell yeah, brother. According to men on the internet, it's something a little more simple.
Oh no. Uh-oh. She's been looking at the animes. She's been looking at the anime.
This is literally just a fetish. I fucking hate men so much. Men are why we can't have nice things.
Also, I think that anime is more geared towards
As I was
women.
working on an upcoming
to be
video,
honest,
I made the terrible mistake of logging onto Twitter, where I saw this post. A montage from the anime Josie, the Tiger, and the Fish. A movie about a college student who is assigned to take care of a paraplegic girl, and spoiler, eventually they fall in love. Many men were yearn posting.
Yeah, this is basically a slice of life. I'm not into those kinds of animes. Yeah, no thank you. I'm more into the animes where it's like Berserk, Cowboy Bebop, maybe something like Ghost in the Shell, right? Attack on Titan, something like that.
And talking about how they wish to fall in love and would love a relationship like this, while many others, mostly women, were absolutely fucking disgusted at this. Why would a bunch of men be fantasizing about being with a woman in a wheelchair? Seems pretty creepy and predatory, right? Also just unrealistic and problematic. Well, in this video, we are going to be talking about why so many men resonated to that clip and this movie, and why so many people are so confused as to why. We are also
I think there's just a lot of people who don't understand reality and like
to get to the bottom of why such a wholesome
post
post turned into, once again, another battlefront for the ongoing, never-ending gender war. Men versus women, women versus men, the male loneliness epidemic, the female loneliness epidemic, the dealing with dating apps. Do men prefer thin women or curvy women? Brunette?
Oh no, not only that, but you have the women who tried to attack other women because they're trying to, like, you know, get into a relationship. Or you got the women who hate the interracial relationships, and then they try to fuck with each other. Dude, fucking some people get some weird shit going on.
That's or blondes. Do women like dad bods or fit men? Do they like beards or clean
some people
shaven?
can do some weird shit.
That reminds me. Let's quickly get into today's sponsor.
Yeah, and people have
Henson
preferences,
Shaving.
and then people don't know
you ever
boundaries
just accept
sometimes.
that some products are just garbage?
There's a whole
like,
spectrum.
For years, I thought ripping your tights on the first wear was just a part of being a human woman. We just accepted that. That's just how it is, sweetie. But that shouldn't be how it is. It's a bad design. And that's why I like Henson Shaving. Because if you've ever used a multi-blade razor,
isn't for
you're
me.
probably sick of the irritation, the razor burn, the overpriced blades, and you probably think that's just the way it is.
For women
but it
and
doesn't have to
men,
be how it is. Thanks to Henson Shaving. Henson Shaving is on a mission to improve shaving. With no gimmicky subscriptions
I don't
or
grow a
moisturizing strips,
beard,
but with real innovation,
okay?
we focus on
I'm
your skin health.
Asian.
What really sets Henson apart
I'm
is
one of
that
those
with the
Asians
Henson
that
A13
can't
safety
grow a
razor being
beard.
manufactured in an aerospace machine shop that built parts for the International Space Station. This precision allows the blade to extend just 1/1000 of an inch beyond the shave plane, less than the thickness of a human hair.
Well, I mean, I should be able to grow a beard because I'm part European too, but unfortunately, I didn't get enough of those genes.
10 cents each. So once you own the razor, you'll be spending like $3 to $5 on blades, compared to the ongoing cost of buying expensive
I didn't get enough of that
a variety of
blood.
colors and even a
I
titanium
guess I
version, so
don't
you can pick the
know.
razor that best fits your style. So if you're tired of razor burn and overpaying for blades, now is the perfect time to make the switch. Just head over to hensonshaving.com/shoe and add both a Henson razor and the 100 blades to your car, and then enter code SHOE at checkout to get the 100 blades for free with your purchase. Your skin, your wallet, and your environment will thank you. Big thanks to Henson Razor for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad. You didn't skip the ad, right? Now let's get back to the video. Now, I am not an anime connoisseur. In fact, I basically know nothing about anime. I am probably the most tourist of all the tourists. Yeah, hi.
It's okay. I don't think people care that much, to be honest.
Necessary in order to advance the plot?
I mean, the people will only the fanatics will only care unless they want to start being shit slingers, right?
Best boy. Not a furry, by the way. And honestly, that's about it for my anime consumption. Unless you're counting VTubers. If you're counting VTubers, I watch a lot of anime.
Oh no!
Going viral,
yeah, apparently apparently Shoe0nHead has been trying to contact VTubers at some point. Because there's been a lot of VTubers
Josie
watching
the Tiger
her.
and the Fish, and, well, I thought it was a good movie. I recommend watching
Yeah,
it.
oh
I thought
yeah,
it was a
she was
really
joking
cute,
about
good
getting
story.
a VTuber
I
model
only
too,
cried
so that
a little bit.
might
And I
happen too.
completely
I don't know.
understood what the tweet meant by calling it the average male fantasy. So, what was wrong with it? Why did this clip go so viral in such a negative way? Why were thousands of people angry?
Because
at this
people
post?
hate
Well, let us
relationships.
dilly-dally no longer and read
Nowadays,
some of
I
these
don't
angry
know.
replies to get a better understanding of what the issue is, shall we? Wholesome male fantasy.
Everybody
and
wants
it's
to see
fetishizing a disabled
bridges
girl learned to
burn.
control. Oh. Oh no. They think, oh god, why? Always vulnerable, always happy, always needs you. Pretty perverted.
Oh yeah, these people
Where
are
these
into
fanfictions coming
yeah
from?
the
There were,
the
like,
weird
hundreds of
NTR
tweets just like
fanfiction
this.
shit.
Why
Yeah.
did they see a cute montage of a happy couple, a man and a woman happy together? I know, unheard of.
And then they
Why
gotta
did they see that
do
and then
some weird
immediately
dark
come to these
bullshit
conclusions?
to
Like,
it, yeah.
as someone who actually watched the movie, Josie is not always happy, and she's absolutely not portrayed as some like vulnerable ooh-woo sex doll waifu. She's boisterous, she kind of has a foul mouth,
God
she's
damn
very
it.
sassy and headstrong, she like straight up calls him her servant, but she was also very depressed. She basically never left her house, she was basically a girl failure. As a former girl failure, I love to see representation in media. But they actually show her
Well, I mean,
disability,
because
like,
she's a
not
paraplegic.
in a
What the
good way,
fuck?
like they don't romanticize it, they don't
Who wouldn't be
sugarcoat it.
fucking
And I
depressed
noticed,
being a
unlike
fucking
lot of movies,
paraplegic
unlike a lot
sometimes?
of romance movies, at least like the Hallmark kind, where it's like the stuffy male lead learning to live life.
Well, I
from
mean,
the
life can be
quirky,
depressing
cute
sometimes.
Female lead.
That's just
He's already
that's just
got
how
his
it
shit
is.
together, and she learns to live life from him. He encourages her
Not much
to
I can
live her
say.
dreams, and in return, he learns to live life in a completely different way. And I thought that was really cool and sweet. Also, the animation was really good. Is anime good? Have I been sleeping on anime this entire time?
I mean,
His
there's
fantasy
there's
is
some
that she
okay
becomes
animes out
permanently
there. You
disabled
just
and
gotta look for
helplessly
them.
dependent on him, but can still make him a sandwich.
Honestly, a
Sounds
lot of
about right.
people. There's been a lot of people who like slice of life animes for some reason. It's just, I can't get into that shit. It just reminds me of like high school bullshit. It's like, ugh.
Wait. Oh my god. After watching the movie,
Oh,
these
I'm
tweets
good.
are even more insane. But even putting the movie
Reminds
aside,
me of
just seeing
a
that, like,
life I
cute
don't want to
montage
remember.
Out of context. Where the fuck are
I
they getting
fucking
this?
hate
These are
school.
very clearly
I
just
hate school
two
so
happy
much.
people. But because the caption was the average male fantasy, their mind immediately goes to the darkest,
just pain and
worst faith
suffering.
interpretation of this. The problem is these people can't see any humanity in men. They can't see any humanity in humanity in general. Average male fantasy equals girlfriend with no agency who's completely physically dependent on you and forced into blanket subservience.
Jesus
and compliance.
Christ,
Sounds
some
about
people
right.
are just
You males are
fucked
weird for
in the
fetishizing
head
physically
when it
disabled
comes to
women.
like
Average male fantasy
right
is having a
understanding
physically disabled girl
the
that they can
summary of
abuse however they want.
a
Got it.
right
Want to
anime
be that
story.
guy? I'm gonna be that
Or
guy.
or just
The
a synopsis of
infantilization
a
the
story when they
physically
give
disabled
their
here is a
like their
little, dare
preface
I
or
say,
something, right?
ableist.
Preface
The
or
implication here that people
right,
in
their-
wheelchairs cannot
their
find
introductory.
love,
It's
and
like
if they
Jesus
do,
Christ,
the
you
person
guys
who
are
loves
already
them literally
jumping
just
to
loves them because
conclusions,
they
and it's just like
can't run
Jesus.
away. Weird.
People.
Weird. Average men can't even be nice
She
to a healthy
knows.
and normal girlfriend. What makes you think they'll be able
You
to
shouldn't
handle
know
a disabled
about this.
person as their lover? Whoa. Normal? What do you mean by normal? These people are just so ableist, chat. Can you believe it? Chat? Chat?
No,
I don't even live stream. Who's
stop.
chat? I'm disabled.
Why did you? No, she's been watching VTubers live or the fucking streamers live. I think you fucking said the thing. Oh, gross.
Whoa. Normal? What do you mean by normal? These people are just so ableist, chat. Can you believe it?
Oh,
Chat?
see.
Chat? I don't even live stream. Who's chat? I'm disabled.
Yeah.
Blind.
Why
So I
did
showed
you
this to
do
my
that? What the
boyfriend.
fuck?
He says, I love you because you're you, and you make my days happier. So what if I have to drive you places or help you with cooking and cleaning? I would have done that anyway. Disability has nothing to do with it. I love you. Ma'am, I don't know how to tell you this, but, your boyfriend is a rapist. Sorry you had to find out this way. You show this as
Jesus
fantasy because it's not true for the majority of men who participate in abuse of disabled people. No, the fantasy is the woman appreciates his efforts to make her happy. Stop lying and abusing women and the disabled. You're med schizo. You don't even know that fucking guy. What do you mean stop abusing women and the disabled? Bitch, who are you? Also, the majority of men participate in abuse of disabled people. Are you okay?
Yeah, there's been a rise in fucking just a bunch of dumb retarded kids or young adults have been assaulting literally elderly people for some reason. It's fucking weird. I don't know why people
abusers.
do it.
That is a very, very small minority of men. The majority of men are men that just wake up, take a shit, get out of bed, take a shower, go to work, come home, and wait for GTA 6 to come out.
Yeah.
That is the majority.
Yeah, there's been a lot of that. Yeah, there's been a lot of GTA moments out in the world right now. There's a lot, with France and, some of the, even the US, there's a lot of fucking GTA moments.
Majority of men. Men commit 95% of all rape, but okay. Barging into the romance section of Barnes & Noble like, attention everyone! Rape!
Fire!
So close, this is fetish content. Ah yes, the dirtiest, most taboo of all fetishes. A happy relationship. Honestly, in 2025, that might be true. You want a wife and kids? You sick fuck. But this is literally just a perverted fantasy, LMAO. You think it's a perverted fantasy because... How do I put this nicely? You are a pervert. Literally seeing a cute montage of a male and female...
I don't think people understand what genres mean in today's day and age anymore. I mean, if you were to take a look at the genre tags for that fucking for that anime, you would quickly find out, oh, that's what kind of anime this is. But no, these people want to be fucking weird about it.
Character having
it's like trying to it's like judging a book by its cover when it tells you exactly what the genres are. Right?
Together, being in love together, and being like, rape! He's a rapist!
This
is a fetish! Are these people okay? Stop watching porn! Wait, this is a woman. Okay, stop reading Taken by the Werewolf Billionaire. Or whatever the fuck you read. I swear to God, some of the shit women read would make the most depraved internet gooner blush.
Are you sure about that?
Or so I've been told. This is literally just a fetish.
I mean, what books have you been reading?
I'm not gonna pretend there's nobody out there who's like,
what kind of erotic novels have women? Oh well, now that I think about it, I don't want to say it. Maybe they're into like yaoi shit, right?
Run away. She has no legs.
or that Yuri shit or what?
Has a crippled, disabled fetish. Okay, I've been on the internet for 20 years.
Nuts.
I've been on DeviantArt. I've seen shit you wouldn't believe. But the majority of people, probably
you thought men were hooligans. Holy shit! Some women are just out of their fucking mind.
If not all the people responding to this do not have
they're trying to make
being
men fucking kiss each other and
nothing
shit.
To do with it. Much
It's
like
fucking weird.
Coom over like vampires or, like I said before, the billionaire werewolf fantasy. This is just the average male fantasy distilled down to its most extreme. So what is the average male fantasy?
I mean, you haven't seen the women extreme of what they try to do with men.
Both men and women alike. It is simply to love.
Well, I mean, you probably have.
Loved.
It's just you didn't say it.
More specifically, the male fantasy is to be a protector and a provider for those that they love. Put a pin in this because we are going to come back to this in a big way. Trust me. The average male fantasy is being a globally known terrorist. The average male fantasy is that a woman who isn't fat. The average male fantasy is actually job security. You know what? These guys may have a point here. Pedophile alert. Men want disabled child wives. Average male fantasy is a disabled child. More proof that men are pedos. That's a little girl. This is
what
weird.
What is wrong with some of these
she's
people?
She's literally older than
Dude,
the
some
guy.
of these people are out of their fucking
mind. The guy is 22
mind.
and she is 24. In anime years, he is practically hag-maxing. And yes, she may be physically disabled, but aren't all men mentally disabled in their own special way? At least the ones in my audience. They will freely admit this. Maybe she, the older woman, is taking advantage of this sensitive young man. Have you ever thought of that? She looks like an 11-year-old child.
I mean, it does happen, right? Women try to hold some men hostage, blackmail, right? Child support shit. It happens.
Where are her breasts? First of all,
right? Right. Oh, you're the child, right? You're my husband, and you're this baby's daddy. And then you find out later, you get a DNA test, and it's just like, you are not the father. It's like, oh, yeah. Shit like that does happen sometimes.
really weird way to say that. She looks like a child. Show me her titties. Also, I love how, like, when anime women have huge boobs,
Show me
it's
them
disgusting,
bobs, yo.
brain or whatever. But if the anime woman has small boobs, she is a child and you're a chimo.
You
Can't fucking win. Also, if she had big boobs, they'd absolutely be like, wow, look at this sexualization of the disabled. You know, like, adult women can be flat-chested, right? Like, that actually exists in real life. Like, adult human women can have small boobs.
Correct.
I love all titties here on
They
the
call
Shoe0nHead
them
channel.
flat
all
women.
Titties is good titties. End of
I
story.
mean, they're not really okay. Those, when I say flat women, they're not really flat. Okay, they don't have big boobs. That's all.
Women fantasy, a boyfriend with depth and a loving soft.
I mean, they have something
them.
there. It's
Men's
just
fantasy,
not. It's
12-year-old
just
anime
not
girl who
round
looks and
enough.
Speaks like a toddler.
Right?
Also, notice how she's literally the shape and size of a child. Yuck. Have you people ever seen a child? No, you're all childless. Silly me. She's not even that short. She's just sitting. See, like when they're laying side by side, she's like a full-grown adult woman. Why do these people look at this?
Yeah, I mean, she looks like
and
she's
immediately think of
5'1". I
child
don't know.
Go to therapy. And listen, I know with anime,
I don't
it can
know,
get
she
a
might be
little weird,
4'11",
right?
I
Like,
don't know.
Excuse me, Poo Poo Pee Pee Chan
might be
is
5
2,000 years
feet, I
old,
don't know.
and this is Poo Poo Pee Pee Chan.
Oh.
But this does not even
okay.
look like a child. This looks like a cute woman. This is like a random rant, but I feel like there are no more cute women nowadays. You know what I mean? You have all like the Insta baddies, the e-thots, the e-girls, the muscle mommies, the boss babes, the boy babes. But I feel like every woman is just hot now. Which, by the way, I don't think is healthy for the male psyche whatsoever. You shouldn't wake up and be able to scroll through pictures of, like, the hottest woman you've ever seen in your life, like, 20 times before you've had, like, your morning cup of coffee. You shouldn't log in and immediately be one-shotted by 10 tens all day, as if that wouldn't make you go insane, as if that wouldn't make you crash out. Like, back in the day, you'd probably see, like, one fine dame on your bus ride to work, and you'd think about her for 40 years until the day you die. That's how it used to be. That's how it should be. Now every woman is like a crazy, hot, unobtainable Instagram goddess with the fattest of ass. Zoomers don't know how good we had it. You
well,
go to
I mean,
Blockbuster and the 21.
I mean, I feel like this is gonna be a hot take, but it's like I thought relationships are supposed to be hard. They're not supposed to be easy sometimes. Like what?
10-year-old cashier behind the counter would be the most adorable woman you've ever seen. No Botox, no lip filler, just a pure soul, full of joy and whimsy. And now women are full of hate and SSRIs, but they're hot. They're hotter than they've ever been. They're hotter and more depressed than they've ever been in history. Sad. What were we talking about? Oh,
Bad boys?
Anime. I didn't take my Vyvanse today, could you tell? Men's fantasy. A big titty woman with the face of a 16-year-old that is useful for cooking, cleaning, and sex.
Yeah, women don't
Women's
take
fantasy.
ADHD
Gets treated
pills.
like a queen
they
and a
go,
man who keeps track of our
nutsos.
periods so he can take care of us. I think I speak for a lot of women here when I say our fantasies do not, in fact, include men tracking our periods. Personally, if my husband was like,
sorry,
honey,
what?
just a reminder you're in your luteal phase, I'm taking the kids.
What
Men
the
like to
fuck?
pretend they want this, and
Do
then they beat
people
their wife
actually
when
do
dinner
that?
isn't ready, or their son when he's misbehaving.
That's fucking
First
weird.
of all,
Why
I'm
would you?
sorry
I mean,
that happened
I
to
would
you,
understand
but
if
there are,
it's
in
the
fact,
person
men out
who's
there. I've
actually
seen them.
having the
Some
period
may be
tracks
in
it
this very
themselves,
audience.
but if it's some random
Sorry,
person, that's
keep a
fucking
straight
weird.
face. This is the Shoe0nHead audience. You're all gremlins. Male
That's
fantasy
fucking
equals
weird.
a woman that can't run away from him. A woman that's dependent on him. Interesting. When men are involved, it's basic survival instinct to assume the worst. Men are guilty until they prove themselves innocent. You know what? I take my opinions back on free speech. I changed my mind. No more free speech. No more free speech until you bitches learn to behave. A woman's fantasy is a man who won't rape her.
Hey,
And a man's
now
fantasy
someone
is
who's
raping
being
a woman.
reasonable.
I'm sorry, where is the rape, ma'am?
It's
Maybe
okay,
that's how you see
Jesus.
it, because you're brainwashed to hate men. So true. I hate how... But in reality, women are the real demons here. Oh, god damn it. We just want a happy relationship. Is it so much to ask for? Yes. Yes, it is. Oh look, more misogynistic.
Yeah,
Gooner
no,
fantasy
relationships,
plot written by misogynistic Gooner men.
they're
This is why
supposed to be
70%
hard.
Of anime is
Yes.
garbage. So,
Especially
here's the
when it's a
thing,
woman.
That misogynistic Gooner
Because
fantasy
they're
slop
sometimes
written by
flaky.
misogynistic Gooner men was actually written by Saiko Tanabe.
God damn it, I'm sorry.
A woman
I don't mean to
wrote this
make
story.
jabs at
and I feel
women.
like a very important detail everyone is sleeping on when they covered this was the fact that this is very much the female fantasy as well. A man loving you for who you are despite your
this
flaws,
is this is
literally
supposed to
sweeping you off
be
your feet
this
and
is
carrying
I
you
mean this
around on
is like a
adventures, helping you
man,
live out
right,
your
this is
dreams,
any
face your fears,
right, this
and
is like a
supporting you through the good and
generalized right view of right what a relationship, I mean, yeah, correct, yes.
bad times. You're going to sit here and tell me that's not the female fantasy too? Is this not the basic female fantasy?
Yes, it is a
this
basic
not the knight
female
in shining
fantasy.
armor
Well, I mean,
coming to
I'm
rescue
probably it's
you
probably a
and
basic
falling in love with
relationship
you?
fantasy.
Why are
Let's
there
be
so
real.
many women so mad at this? Are men now the hopeless romantics? Are men now the ones yearning for a
Well, I mean, who was the I don't know who wrote this anime. Was it a dude? If it's a dude, I mean, I guess that says it all, right?
fairy tale romance? Is this why all the Disney remakes are like, she's not gonna be saved by the prince, she's a strong, independent woman? Meanwhile, men still want to be the prince, men still want to be the knight in shining armor. Men are like, I will save you from your monotonous 9-to-5 job. I will give you a house and babies. And women are like, no, I must be an actuarial consultant. Be gone, vile misogynist. Is that what is occurring here? Also, that aside, there literally is a gender-swapped version of this story called
is it?
Perfect World. It is a
wow.
manga. Mango? Oh,
Manga,
Do
yeah.
not come for me, weebs. Men will statistically leave their wives
It's
and
okay.
partners the
You can
moment
fuck
they
with
find
them.
out they're
I don't
disabled
care.
or
I
have
fuck
a
with them all the
life-threatening
time,
condition.
even though I'm a
You're
weeb
right,
too.
it is a
sometimes.
fantasy. Actually, that study was debunked by the authors themselves, who admitted they did the math wrong. It's actually not much higher, but then again, even if it was, and it happens, I've seen it happen to people, it's terrible. Marriage should be through sickness and through
Actually,
health,
with
but
my
that's not
2.1
really the point here.
gigawatts,
And the fact that so many
it's
people are
this
focusing
computation.
on the wheelchair part of
So
this
sorry,
just
God
proves
damn.
that they just don't get it. The ones of pure mind and pure soul get it, but these fucking semen demons out here, they don't get it. But not all semen demons. The amount of people
I mean,
in
women can
comments
be
who just don't get that
succubuses,
men
okay?
want a cute, loving
Let's be
girlfriend
real.
is beyond me. They call
Some
them
women
creeps
are
for
fucking
wanting actual
wild,
love
okay?
and not a girl boss who only wants your money. Ah, thank you, a sane person. Hopefully the replies aren't full of people calling her a pick-me. Pick-me alert, least
Pick-me.
obvious pick-me. Me, pick-me please.
Oh,
Hope
so,
it picks you
oh, wow, that's a wow. They're a known VTubers getting caught up in the
Me, pick me please. Hope
the
he picks you,
allegations.
sis. Pick me. An incel could have written this. Fuck. Why are so many VTubers either pick-me's or racist? You mean why do so
sir,
many
get
female
out of
VTubers
here.
disagree
I
with you?
can't
Why
have
so many
you
aren't
be.
towing the mainstream liberal
You're a
feminist
bot.
NPC
Get the fuck out of
line?
here, you
Because they
weirdo.
can. See, the most powerful weapon women have against other women is social ostracization.
Maybe I should
you don't
just
want to be seen as a
blacklist
pick-me
this.
or a racist, so you keep your mouth shut in order to survive in female social circles. But in the cases of VTubers, virtual YouTubers, they're basically anonymous. They can
Yeah.
say anything they
Well, I mean, yeah, some VTubers are basically anonymous. I mean, some VTubers got outed because of fucking people trying to dox them and shit. So yeah, that's kind of unfortunate, right? So yeah, just gotta, right, try not to fuck with people too much. Don't do that shit.
want. They're basically wearing a mask. They're free from the chains of the eternal HR Longhouse. But apparently, even being
Right, when you start doxing people, that's super suspicious, right? That's very, very suspicious behavior.
anonymous online does not save them because they still get doxxed for simply not hating men. Lovely. Maybe I should save this rant for a different video someday. Moving on. Men are why we can't have nice things, by the way. First of all, men make all the things. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Also, I just realized it was a man saying that. It was a whole ass man saying men are why we can't have nice things. I don't deserve this trophy. This is for you, sir. This is for you. I'm not worthy. Listen, I make women jokes. I'm very critical of feminism and propaganda.
I mean, you can
aimed
make
at
some
women,
man
but you will
jokes,
never
it's
catch
fine.
me in a million years saying some like women are why we can't have nice things. I have a mom. I have female family members. I have female friends. Maybe one day I'll have a daughter.
I mean,
Women
it's
make
okay
the
to make
world
some
a
jokes.
beautiful place, and
It's fine.
like men can
But,
be flawed
look,
and
you can
deserve
make all the jokes.
criticism, like
That's
anyone
freedom
else.
of
But there's
speech.
something genuinely so cucked about people who put down their own gender or race. Oh God, race.
What do you mean? I make fun of Asian people. I make fun of European people all the time, and I'm European and Asian. Like what?
Self-hating white people. Don't get me started on self-hating white people. White people are so evil. I hate being white.
I mean, I
White
make
people
fun of.
can't dance.
I'm
people
white
food
too.
is so gross. You're not getting into Wakanda, bro.
I mean, that's what
You're
jokes
not
are.
getting
You just
invited to the
fucking make
cookout.
fun of
Enough.
anybody. I mean,
But yeah, women were not the only ones who had a problem with this. There were a lot of men
I
who
don't-
didn't quite
whatever
relate
the
to
topic
this being
is,
the
you
average
just
male
make a
fantasy.
It's
joke.
fine
I
to
don't
love
know.
the disabled. I didn't need to remind you that.
Even when it
Did you
involves
glorify it?
death.
This anime
People
is certainly
make
Marxist
jokes about death.
propaganda. The
Right,
movie
I
is
mean,
about him
like,
taking
come
a job
on.
as her caretaker,
What
and
are we
when he
doing
learns
here?
of her dreams, he makes it his mission to help her dreams come true.
You're not
so
a true.
It is Marxist
You're not a
propaganda to help
true
disabled person
comedian.
pursue their dreams.
You're not
Yeah,
a
it's
true
woven in.
American who knows
Empathy
their
is the
freedom
target
of
of propaganda.
speech.
Marxism is when girl
Goddamn,
in
sorry.
wheelchair.
I'm kidding.
I love
I'm
this.
kidding.
Empathy is the target of propaganda. Every piece of media
Empathy.
that makes you feel empathy is communism.
It's got.
Political brain rot. If you're at
Yes,
the point where you see
communism.
this and you're thinking of communism, you need to log off. You are unwell.
I'm
Yes,
sorry, but when I reproduce,
Yes,
I don't want
yes, a relationship is I don't know how that's communism. Cuz that's I guess you can say community is communism, I guess. In a sense. I don't know.
want a high probability of my offspring being mentally or physically retarded. We need a better class of incels whose bar is higher than the retarded.
She's not retarded. She has a spinal injury that's not genetic. Also, what is this LARP? I love how everyone is just kind of having like a normal conversation about this clip, and this guy just comes out of nowhere like, I would never put my pure white seed in such a vile creature. Like, you absolutely know this guy has a non-white girlfriend. They all do all these.
Well,
like, I hate white
I've
people,
done that
women
in some
always have white
people's chat
boyfriends.
sometimes
All these,
just to
I
see
hate
how they'd
non-white
react.
People, boys always have
Well, I mean, not in
non-white
that way,
girlfriends.
but
I don't know what it is, but I've seen it too
more
many
like
times.
a
I guarantee
offhanded
you when this
fucking
man logs
computer
off of his
scientist
Black
joke.
Sun
A dumb
Roman
one at that.
statue
But,
Twitter
yeah.
account. He's clapping Latina booty cheeks.
My fantasy is not being a
A
simp,
fucking
but okay.
sciencey joke. Yeah,
Fellas,
don't do that.
is it simping to love a woman?
Nah, this is not the male fantasy. That man is a beta male. If she
That's
wasn't in
a
a
beta
wheelchair, she would leave him for Chad.
Fellas, is it beta to love a woman?
This is not my fantasy. This is some gay shit, to be honest.
Fellas, is it gay to love a woman?
What no pussy does to a motherfucker.
Brother, I've seen what pussy does to a motherfucker.
I mean,
It's
when
far
it
worse.
when it's
The
followed
average
by
male
the
fantasy is
when you
taking care
say
of their crippled wife.
when you
I don't
say
think I've ever
I
had that
love
fantasy
you
before.
and then
I thought it was gonna be
well,
about going
I
on
mean
some
at that
quest to
point it's
kill
like
the dragon to
ugh,
win the
yeah,
princess
you
or
gay.
something.
It is. That is the average male fantasy.
God
But there
damn.
are no dragons
I'm
to
sorry.
slay. There are no princesses to save. But there is that little old lady in the grocery store who can't quite reach that top shelf. There's that heavy box the pretty girl you work with can't quite lift herself. There's that jar of tomato sauce your wife can't quite open. There's that Lego set your little son can't quite put together himself. Or there is this
Or you step
paraplegic
on it,
girl who
and you're just
wants
like,
to see
"Fuck!"
the ocean. This is the Princess and the Dragon story. And despite what many are told, men do have a lot of love to give. And they want some kind of excuse or mechanism to show that love. In a world where men expressing themselves is either seen as toxic or gay. And one
No. You be toxic or gay to them back.
way of expressing that love is solving problems. Men fucking love solving problems. I don't know what it is. They also love reading Wikipedia articles. The amount of times
What?
I walked over and my husband is reading a random fucking
Oh, that's
Wikipedia
why.
article about like the world's tallest buildings or like a random battle in World War II. I didn't know
Oh,
if this
stop.
was autism or what, but apparently it's a man thing. Anyway, yes,
What do
men
you
love
mean?
solving problems. And in
Oh.
a world that makes them
Well,
feel
I mean-
useless, makes
I mean, for me, as someone who's went through fucking college and about to get my degree in fucking computer science, right? In my was it fucking university? I mean, I studied a lot of history, studied a lot of programming languages. So it's like, I mean, what can you do? It's what you got to do.
Makes them feel like they have no purpose.
I don't know.
And desperately feel
I
like
don't know what
they
to
need
say.
to prove their
I mean,
worth.
you got to survive
They
somehow.
are desperately looking for a purpose in life. So it is not at all shocking to me that the modern young man is seeing a clip like this and longing for this. A lot of modern men don't have a chance to prove themselves, to make something of their lives. They don't have a chance to provide anything
Well, I mean,
for anyone
also some. I'm just gonna be upfront. Some men are just busy, maybe because they have a job or something already. I don't know. Maybe they already have a career. Maybe they already had planned something, and maybe that's why they're not trying to settle down. I don't know. It could be fucking many different reasons, right?
They don't have anything to provide, and they don't have anyone.
Yeah, I mean, that could be true too.
Doing everything their grandfathers did, but seeing none of the results. They're lost. What can they provide? And
I mean, also, if some people have been born into like a certain job path or career, right? Right, like back in the old days, like the medieval days, right? If you were born into being a serf, right, you were a serf. If you were born into, right, noble lineage, you were that, right? I mean, right? I mean, that's kind of what the system was. Obviously, now today's different, right? But, I mean, people will have the freedom to choose now. It's just, some people are just lazy as fuck. I
as I said
say.
earlier, her being in a wheelchair
Some people are just lazy or just
provider instinct
are
taken
unwilling
to
dig
and
themselves
yes,
out of the hole.
Considering if you ask anyone
that
who's
they
actually
chose
in a
themselves.
wheelchair, they know it's not all butterflies and
Right,
rainbows.
they put
and
themselves
they know
in that hole.
They're
They're the only ones that
it can be difficult
dig
on their
themselves
partner.
out.
But just like in the movie, it's not shown as butterflies and rainbows. Josie feels like a burden, but towards the end of the movie, the guy takes on that burden. Not because he gets something in return, but because it's his duty. Because it makes her happy, which makes him happy in return. Loyalty, duty, virtue,
isn't that what a
acts of
relationship
service, big
is,
or
right?
small. Men live for that shit. And yes, these are stereotypes.
Men
Not everyone
live for
fits
that
into these
shit.
boxes, blah, 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 blah. But
I
for the
don't
most
know.
part, it's true. When many
I
men
mean,
look at this relationship,
To be honest, I think it's just men don't want to be shit on. I think is more or less what it is. Because I mean, look, if you look at what's going on the internet nowadays, look at how many fucking women shit on fucking men sometimes. It's pretty fucking disgusting. Not only that, you have some women, right, shitting on each other. You have men shitting on each other sometimes, right? I mean, it's a whole back and forth cycle, right?
relationship, that is what they see. And a lot of modern women are looking at this relationship and being disgusted because, in a way, it's the complete inverse of the strong, independent woman they've been sold. They've been told they need to be. The modern woman crafted by modern Disney for modern audiences. Unlike the Hollywood-crafted modern woman, this woman does need her man. She is not strong, and she's not...
you should be happy because this wasn't touched by the Westerners, right? It was touched by Easterners, right? They don't have the same social, right, controversial topics as, right, the Eastern controversial topics are, right? Completely different.
independent, at least physically. This doesn't mean she's like
Different
an empty
hemispheres.
vessel with no thoughts or freedom. No, in fact, in the movie, Josie does roll away from him a few times. It is a fantasy not because of a power imbalance, but because the man has a tangible purpose, and the woman is willingly and lovingly letting him fulfill that purpose.
Because I can depend on you. I know that if I ever feel frightened, I can just reach out to you.
Oh
Men
god,
simply
it's
want something
dubbed.
good to die for, to make it beautiful to live. This manifests in a lot of ways, but the most common is having a loving partner and or a family. Something unobtainable to many people nowadays.
Yeah.
So yes, literally one of the most normal things ever is becoming a fantasy. Sad. Also, men will
What,
deny
right?
this, but they absolutely
American
have a
dream,
biological
right?
clock. It may not hit in your teens or your 20s, but one day you're going to have a dream. You have a little daughter making you pancakes with your wife in the morning, and you're not going to be able to get it out of your head. And that is the male biological clock.
That's fucked up.
Everything you do, the money you make working that grating 9-to-5 job,
I'm pretty
it
sure
will all
women
lead to
have that
something
same
bigger
dream
and
too.
more
Come on,
important than
let's
yourself
be real.
one day. You will come home
Both
to a
sexes
warm
probably
and happy
have the same
home,
dream.
greeted by people who care about you and love you and rely on you, and everything will make sense then. Until then, you'll just be on the internet, being called a misogynist for wanting something bigger.
I mean,
and
I
more
hate to
important
say
than
it,
yourself,
regardless
for
of your
wanting
dream,
something
everyone
beautiful and
dreams for
normal.
something,
And
yes?
that is the average male fantasy.
Everyone
That
wishes
and 3
to
hot chicks
achieve
at once.
something
Hell
in life,
yeah,
yes?
brother! Haha, you know what I'm saying? So that was that little video. Men in the comments, let me know. Am I correct? Is that the average male fantasy? Or is it not that deep? Men and women in the comments. What
I
is
mean,
your
honestly,
fantasy?
I
And
mean,
no, I don't
you
mean that.
you put
I don't
on a
wanna hear
whole
about how you wanna
analysis.
be
I mean,
crushed by a 12-foot futon.
I can't
That is
complain.
between you and
That's-
God.
that's
not
not my
you and
problem.
Shoe0nHead. I mean, what is your ultimate dream? Do you want to travel the world? Do you want
I
a
mean,
nice
I'm
big
pretty
family one day?
simple-minded,
Do you
to
want
be
to own a
honest. So
farm?
it's like,
Do you want to live in a shed in the woods and make pipe
I don't need too
bombs?
much,
Let me know in the
to be
comments, and I will see you
honest.
soon with a new video.
Especially when I write some of the stuff that I might have to do in life. I might actually fucking tase myself or fucking blow myself up on accident. So it's like, yeah, I don't care too much. It's like, yeah, there you go. What is the average male fantasy? There you go. It was more so that, right, on that, dude, there's so many people fucking crashing out about this fucking clip, of this anime. I don't know, I don't know, it's just an anime, guys, calm down. Anyways, there you go, Shoe0nHead, there you have it. Thank you for your take on, is this the average male fantasy? There you have it.